like the Christmas hat.
Mr. Ronnie.
Yes, sir. Sure
Ho
is.
ho ho.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I like that. You got the Christmas spirit. That's awesome.
So where you going?
My house.
that
It's
is all-
off Pine Ridge.
No bad.
Yeah, you can take airport to Pine Ridge.
Yeah. Ronnie,
Yes.
do you mind if I record this for YouTube?
No, that's fine.
That's okay?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to start a channel
Okay.
about my rides.
Like taxi cab confessions.
Kind of thing. Yeah, but
Something similar like that.
something
yeah.
like that.
That's pretty cool. That's
You never know. It's I got a hunch that people may like it.
yeah.
You know, every ride is different.
Different. Yeah, and different conversation.
Different conversations.
Yeah.
Depends also on the ride, or the people's moods. Depends on my mood.
Yes, exactly.
Sometimes I'm just not in the mood at all.
Yeah,
just
see, I
feel
own my own
talking,
business too, so I know. Trust me.
You know.
I'm thinking about doing YouTube videos for
Really?
home repairs, because I'm a contractor.
Oh,
So
smart.
I do all this remodeling. So
Yeah.
like how-to videos.
Yeah.
To, you know,
What
I
you
was
could
thinking
do
about doing that.
is like when you have a head like this,
Yeah.
and then mount the
camera, yeah.
camera on the cap.
Yeah.
And then like they can
Explain
see
it
your
as I'm doing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That they can see your hands at work.
Yeah. I use them sometimes too. Like if I don't know like how to like sometimes
Do
I work with air
something.
conditioners that are different.
Right.
So sometimes I need help on the wiring, so I'll use the YouTube videos for that.
Exactly.
So I know other people use it for like drywall, like when I do the drywall repairs and stuff like that. Little people that are
Everything.
homeowners, you know, doing the do it yourself.
Everything. Nowadays it's Google Maps and YouTube.
Yeah.
Those two things are just the go-to places. It's so weird, eh?
Yeah. It's different.
I mean,
Yeah, the other day my phone, I was without
uh-huh.
my phone. It was like to not have a phone and be able to use the internet. It's like a whole nother world out there.
It is. It is. And that's how you learn things fast.
Yeah.
You know. You just look at examples from others.
Yeah. That's what makes how do you say it? Like social climbing. That's how we get better as people in
Yeah,
total.
also.
We teach each other new things every day.
I believe so. Yeah.
That's how I learned how to do all the different things that I do. You know, there's
True.
pretty much nothing I can't fix.
That's true. I also believe that everybody having a camera in their pocket
Yeah.
makes a better society in a way.
Yeah. It
Because-
makes it safer somewhat too.
Exactly. Exactly. Because there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
And nowadays, all the young people with my camera in the car, all the young people say, no problem.
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Like,
that.
believe it or
And
not,
all
these
the
stores,
people-
the outside of these stores are
Uh-huh.
watching what you do. You know what I mean?
All
Like,
of them.
you ever watch like the true crime and stuff like that? That's
No.
how they solve a lot of murders now. There's like bank
Oh.
cameras and ATM cameras and things like that.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah. That's how whenever they got a manhunt, that's how they
Dashboard
find
cameras.
people. Dashboard cameras.
If anything happens in front of me, I
Yep.
can give it to the police.
Yep.
It's so true.
It's good. It does.
It
It makes
is.
for a safer society.
It is, right?
I think some of the social media, some of that's bad, but some of it's good too at the same time. Like, I'm not really on it like I used to be. I used to be on Facebook a lot and stuff like that, but I don't really get on there too much anymore.
Me neither. No, I don't like that anymore. Plus, people only publish their happy moments.
Yeah, it's fake, most of it.
You
Yeah.
know.
Or they're super dramatic and they you know what I mean. They're always down and posting down. So either one or the
Yeah.
other. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, that's true.
You only see what they want you to see.
Exactly. Well, that's this too.
Yeah.
And I figure that people who have like a rich social life, who meet a lot of other people, they won't be interested in this channel.
Yeah.
But people who don't have so many friends, or who are sort of lonely, You know, those people may enjoy talks like this.
Yeah, there's stuff online where they do the gaming, where people play video games, and they record them as they're playing video games and they talk. And they got a good conversation going. But then they also do what's called sleep streaming, and they'll go to sleep and they still get paid while they're sleeping.
No.
Yeah. So
sleep streaming.
Yeah, they'll literally stream while they're still asleep, while they're sleeping, and people are still donating and giving them money and stuff. It's a pretty smart idea, actually. You know.
But that's so boring. Who's gonna watch somebody else sleep?
There's people that do it though. It's crazy. But
I guess
there's
if you're
people
famous,
that do it.
then people want to see how a famous person sleeps, I guess.
Yeah.
And some of these gamers, they're really famous.
And they wake up and start doing it. Yeah.
Wow.
My son was watching them a lot for a long time. He's older now. He stopped doing it so much. But for a long time, I couldn't figure out why he did it. I'm like, why do you watch this? Like, it's another guy playing a video game. Why don't you just play the video game? Like, I can see if you're trying to learn things from it, like how to get like codes and stuff like that for the video games. But to just do it, like.
But it's very relaxing though.
True.
It's very relaxing. Like, I was watching this truck driver, and he was streaming live, and he always had like about 300 people watching him, and he's just driving on the highways of the United States.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't get more boring than that, but it's so relaxing to watch that.
Yeah.
It's so weird. You zone out.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know. Just sometimes at night I would just like, just for half an hour, just to relax, just get off.
Sometimes people just like to live vicarious, to see things that they wouldn't see normally. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, cause there's some people that ain't never seen outside of Florida. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Or even outside of their city. There's a lot of people that live in a city that haven't ever been outside their city, and that's the only world that they know. There's people that were like that with neighborhoods out in California and stuff. That's why the gangs were so bad out in California for a while, because that was the only world these kids ever knew. It was that neighborhood, and so like that was their entire life, and so they didn't know any better than what they were doing. Like, I was watching a thing on it the other day, not specifically on that, but it was a murder that happened out in Sacramento, or Riverside, California, actually, and it was a gang member and it was a mistaken thing. They accidentally killed some girl, and it wasn't even the people that they thought was in the car. But that's how they found him, with social media. They went on to what do you call it? MySpace. And the niece of the girl that died acted like she was her, but the people didn't even know that was the girl they killed. They never even knew who it was they killed.
Oh.
So she made him fall in love with her aunt. Like, she acted like her aunt and made them fall in love with the personality and what the looks and all that of the girl that they killed. And one of the members, not the guy that actually pulled the trigger, but one of the guys that was there. So they ended up tracking him down that way, and they ended up having to go to Mexico to get the kid, because he ended up fleeing to Mexico after they issued a warrant and what have you.
Wow.
But they tracked him down that way. It was pretty cool to actually watch. It was very
it's amazing
informative.
that they did it like that.
Yeah, it was very informative. Like, I watched it on I believe it was when I first got the Netflix account, because like for a long time I didn't even have Netflix on the phone. I just started doing it because I'm in a sober house. I don't know if you know. So like I've been sober for a while, so like I'm just now like getting reorganized back to a normal life.
Wait, that's called a sober house?
A sober house, yeah. It's like so like I used to do a lot of drugs, and so now I live in a place where I got roommates that are all sober, and so we all live together, and we all have problems we all had problems with drugs, but we're all trying to live sober. We go to AA or NA meetings, and then we all help keep each other sober. And it's like
that is such a good initiative.
Yeah,
wow,
it's a pretty good
really
thing.
Good.
But yeah, it's pretty we got 6 people in one house, and so it's 6 different personalities, you know what I mean?
That can be tough sometimes.
So it can be tough at times, but it's also
but you help each
pretty
other.
cool at the same time, because we can learn and grow from each other, you know?
Exactly.
Like we all kind of help each other out a little bit and lead each other in the right direction. And if somebody's not working out, we let the house manager know, you know what I mean? Like this guy is an issue or whatever, and we work around it. We try to work with them though, because we don't want to see anybody go back out to that lifestyle, you know what I mean?
Right.
So we try to help them regardless. Like, but if we see them failing in a certain area, we might talk to the house manager and be like, hey, this guy needs to work on this a little bit or whatever. So it's pretty cool.
That is, I never heard of that.
Yeah,
that is a really
there's a lot of
nice-
sober houses. Or sometimes they're called halfway houses, but
Halfway
those aren't really a
house.
sober house. A halfway house is like, normally there's a whole bunch of people there. It's normally like a building with like 30 people in it. But a sober house is like they rent a house. And then ours is actually a program though. It's not just a sober house. Like you got to be sober to live there, and you got to pay your bills, and you got to go to meetings at most sober houses. This one has actually got a whole program attached to it. So like you got to learn to get your bank account, and you gotta do your finances. You need to have a job. You need to go to so many meetings a week. You need to have a sponsor and all that. You need to work on the steps, like for the step work that comes with AA or NA. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool idea. This is the first one in Naples that's really like this. They're kind of newer. I mean, there's sober houses here, but this is like the newer thing where he's actually got a program attached to it. So it's pretty good.
It sounds
It's really expensive though.
Is it?
But the state helps. Like most sober houses are pretty cheap. They're by the week or whatever. But this one, the state, like for people that really were off bad, the state, like if you've been in the hospital a bunch for drug issues and stuff, or recovery programs, they help fund you to be there. So as long as you're doing the right thing and you're doing that, they pay for your rent.
They do.
Yeah, so they pay for your rent, and
But you still got to work.
Yeah, you still need to work and get working on your social life to get your like that. All everything's paid for as far as they get all our cleaning supplies and stuff like that, because that comes out of our rent. Because that's the reason why the rent's so high where I'm at, because everything is paid for. Like you got internet and all that. You know what I mean? Everything is paid for except for your food. But we got to clean the house. You know what I mean? We got to work together to keep the house clean and you know what I mean? Continue doing the right thing and growing as an individual and getting back to real life. Because a lot of us for a long time, that's all we knew was running around and using drugs, and so it's.
So remember that I want to publish this to YouTube, right?
Yeah, that's
okay.
right.
So thank you so much for sharing
Yeah,
that.
I have no problem.
I really appreciate it. I
It might
never
help
heard of
somebody
this
else.
program. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the reason why I feel confident in sharing it. Like I have no problem. I want to see others be able to do better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if it helps somebody else out in the future, I share it with a lot of people at meetings and things like that. Yeah, this would be the street right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like.
That's awesome. So the channel's name is going to be called Driving You.
Driving You. Okay.
Yeah, Driving You. And then I'm going to title this Ronnie.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to put this up, but I haven't started yet. So I'm collecting materials, but this is going to be one of the videos.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out when I get a chance.
Yeah, like maybe next week or so.
Yeah,
This should be the
yeah.
first.
If you get it on there, I definitely want to check it out and see the.
And then if you don't like it, you can shoot me an email. There's an email in the about section, and then just drop me an email and I'll take it off.
I ain't worried about it.
But no, you seem very easy.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not worried about it. Who knows?
And
maybe
so
somebody
can
that
I
needs.
ask also, like, what was your biggest problem? Was it alcohol or was it drugs?
No, mine was drugs.
Drugs. Yeah.
It
Like
was
what kind?
painkillers.
Painkillers.
Yeah, which turned into it turned
like morphine.
into. Yeah, eventually it got to heroin, and then now heroin's not really around, so it turned to fentanyl.
Oh yeah.
So like I've died a couple of times.
You died a couple of times?
Yeah, I've died a couple of times.
What?
I've overdosed a few times. Yeah. So like that's why I'm so adamant about sobriety, because if I spread the word about how there's programs out here and things like that for other people, it might save somebody else's life. So like that's why I have no problem sharing.
Well, first of all, it shows other people that if you
it also
are
lets them
basically
know you're not
dead
alone.
from the drugs, you can get back on your feet.
Yes.
Because look at you, look at
Yes.
Ronnie. Ronnie
Yeah,
did
I've got my own company now.
Oh, really?
Well, not my own company. I have a partner. It's called Irish Painting in Naples, and we also have a NFT business called Christmas 365, where we donate to certain charities, the Kiwanis Club, things like that. So
Wow.
we do a lot of charity work. So it's
You said NFT.
yeah, NFTs.
You mean as in like that digital
Yes,
art?
yes, digital art and stuff like that. Yes. This is actually an NFT right here, which is a logo for our company.
That is so cool.
So yeah, he's actually
Oh, wait, he's
maybe one
using
day
my-
maybe one day he might actually be a Bitcoin. He might actually be on a Bitcoin itself. He might. We're trying to eventually one day make him a coin itself, so he would actually be a type of digital money.
So do you have
There.
a website?
There is one right, but it is actually shut down at the moment
Okay.
because it's changing from Michigan to here.
Okay.
So
Or
but,
what is the name gonna be again?
well, the name of our company is Irish Painting in Naples, but
Irish
the
Painting
NFT
in
company
Naples. There you
is
go.
Christmas 365.
Christmas 365.
Yes.
Okay, people, go look it up.
Yes, definitely check it
Yeah.
out.
Check it out, YouTube. That is so cool. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. This
Yeah,
is like,
Taking a lot of steps to better my life.
yeah, but you have it figured out. But you do
Yeah.
that thanks to this organization because
Yes,
you have friends.
this organization helped me get on my feet
And to stay on track.
and to stay on the right track. Yes, and
Exactly.
so it helps. Like I'm doing better than some of the guys here. Like some of the guys are still struggling, and
Yeah.
and you know what I mean, which we all do at times.
Sure.
Because once you're a drug addict, it's really hard because that's
Yeah, yeah.
our coping mechanism. We learned so long. Like we don't have a drug problem.
Mhm.
Alcoholics and drug addicts don't have a drug problem. We have a life problem.
Mm.
Drugs and alcohol is our solution to deal with that. Like we
Oh.
have a problem dealing with emotions,
Mhm.
and until we learn how to deal with those emotions, we just cover them up. Like we don't know how to deal with good emotions and bad emotions. We just have been, we don't like them, so we tend to, like, if there's anything good or anything bad, that's what we turn to because we
And
don't
you
know
turn
how to
the
deal with
drugs,
it.
Yeah, yeah.
So like it's a lot of like learning how to deal with life. So yeah, definitely a big supporter of NAAA, stuff like that. And like I said, like social media at certain points is really good about doing certain stuff. So our business, which is one day will be right now it's a private company,
Uh-huh.
so it's not on the market, but we do have our company, and hopefully one day it will be a public company, so the shares will be worth a lot more. I have 5,000 shares, and they're only worth $1 a piece right now, but they're
Wow.
actually legitimately worth nothing until we go public. But they're
It's true, right?
on paper it looks good.
Right,
Alright,
let
this
me
is
open
it.
it up.
Thank you.
There you go. Ronnie,
Look at it.
salute you, man.
Yes, nice
yeah,
meeting you,
thanks
bud.
for sharing that. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, Ronnie got out of drugs through this organization. Back on his feet again. Wow. Thank God for organizations like that. Sobriety, is that the name of the organization or is that a verb? I'm not sure. I just like, you know, the fact that people share that stuff with the world just baffles my mind. And I'm so happy that they do, because, you know, that is for a better world, right? To help people. We all have our ups and our downs. But these guys, they go like down all the way until death. And he still came back. And is making something new out of his life. So that gives us all hope. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Ronnie. Wow. Thanks, Ron.
Uber offline. Lyft offline.